So that is you and I, are on the outskirts of Coventry, and I'm walking towards the Greenway along a little lane that you've been often with me before, or quite possibly, and we'll see, sadly, all the effect of the HS2 pulling down trees. The bit that we'll go under, I used to go under along a little path up here and to the left, under the most beautiful horse chestnut trees, which were not beside the railway. They were away from the railway's edge, and they seem to have, they were nowhere near the railway actually, they seem to have chopped them all down for a bit of fun. Such vandals. I really find it a little bit upsetting to see how that these people have very little interest in countryside at all, and their excuse is, I was just doing my job. I've got a funny idea there was some history of that where people didn't get away by saying I was just following orders. I still, as I've probably said before, I still find it very odd that if I were to chop a tree down in my garden, I could get a heavy fine and maybe even imprisonment if there was an order on it. But these people with HS2 are allowed to chop them down with impunity. Chop them where you like, when you like, how you like. Then they put in these tiny little saplings that the deer are going to chew off any time soon. And they tell us, well, it's going to be even better than it was because we planted more than we chopped down. The only problem is you just have to wait 200 years. Well, for people who are living now, that is not much help, is it? We've put in some plants that will be really nice in 200 years' time. How are we going to enjoy those? Bunch of half-wits. I don't like to see the destruction of countryside, especially when it's for a white elephant like HS2. I just can't see anybody go in on the thing. It's only going to be stopping once, I think, between Birmingham and London. And plus everybody's working from their office now, at home. So who are going to be the people who are going all the way to London? Well, I've said it all before, and as an old boy who repeats himself, as I said, as an old boy who repeats himself, I will probably say it again. And there seems nothing anybody can do about it. I have no problem with infrastructure when it doesn't carve through ancient woodland. Good gracious, that's a bit bright, isn't it? There's this lovely lane. It looks a bit better that way. You can see what's happening. As you can see, I'm paddling now. That's lots of fun. They did do this path up with, but I think it's on a bit the other side of repair now. So here we are. Another kissing gate to go through. Keep out, it says. Well, I didn't really have a plan to go through there before. Funnily enough. Now this, my mic wire keeps getting caught on the gates, which is not helpful. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing on there. They've got a big pipe going across there. That's probably going across to feed the electricity. Now, you'll see in a minute, this used to be a lovely walk. We go up here, then it goes round to the left, and there used to be a lovely walk underneath majestic trees, and they've all gone now. Who needs trees? Said HS2. And this is where it starts to get serious. We're on a blue route apparently. They've chopped all these trees down over here, look. This is, the railway is way over there, and yet they've chopped, look, you can see, these mature trees over here. They've even put cameras up, look, with checkers on them, because they can check in case anybody does any damage to this ground. I can't believe what, but yeah, look, chopping trees down. This used to be the most beautiful walk along here amongst the trees. This is the result. That's what we got left of the trees. Shredded. Disgusted isn't the word. And I'm not alone. Having said that, I have no problem with technology. I have no problem with progress. I have a major problem with the destruction of nature. Oh dear. Oh, this is nice. You know, they've made a lovely mess here. They call this a footpath, look. Yeah, they put down a footpath and they say pedestrians, and then they churn it all up with some sort of a digger. How disgusting. Well, we'll somebody coming this way now. It's not a patch on what it was along here.
I was just thinking, it's a bit bleak really, isn't it?
This was all lovely,
yeah,
beautiful horse chestnut trees. Walk under, they were full of flower.
Only about 6 months ago as well.
But what on earth is the railways right over there? What are they chopping trees down right over here for?
And all down here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it only gets more bleak up there, I'm afraid to say.
I know. Fortunately, I've got a YouTube channel. I filmed this before they did it, so I've got the lovely path all the way through.
Kind of before and after.
Yeah, but
dear. Such a shame.
But if you chopped a tree down in your garden, they'd be after you, and you could have a hefty fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But they can do this, and it don't matter.
For miles and miles as well.
Yeah, miles and miles. I've got no problem with progress.
Yeah.
I have a big problem with destruction, though.
And this is for the sake of 20 minutes-ish off the journey.
I heard from the inside that they can't go as fast as they were going because the wheels won't take it. So the whole thing, and who's going to be on it going to London?
Yeah.
They're all working from home. They've given them computers. They've closed the office. It's far cheaper.
Totally.
So
it's even more pointless.
It's Boris's white elephant.
Yeah. Anyway.
Have a good day.
See you.
If you want to have a look at this, what it used to be like, if you haven't walked it much.
I remember it from before.
You do. Have a look at my YouTube. Yeah. It's called Dave Hurr.
I'll check it out.
Dave Hurr.
Lovely. See you later.
Bye. Yes, another upset customer who is not happy with what's going on here. As he says, they've cut it and cut it and cut it for miles, not right near it. This was right over here. All this was covered in trees here, and they've chopped it down, and I just can't think why. They're just, oh, it's a blue route. Well, we rather prefer the green way. Yes, look at that, how dismal that was. Look at all these trees right back here. Why have they cut those down right back out this side? How bleak and how dismal that is now. Look at it. I don't know. I'm all for the protesters stopping this malarkey. It's just horrible, isn't it? Look at all those trees, look. Chopped down all the way along here. And way back, away from the railway. If they must do it, what are they chopping them down right over here on the right for? No reason. No reason. They are because they can. Look at it. What do you think of that? What a mess. Well, I'm going to stop shortly because there's not much point showing all this. So please subscribe if you haven't, and I'd be most grateful. And like and share and ring the bell, and you'll make the Rambling Rambler very happy. So it's bye from the outskirts of Coventry.